Hello, my friends. My name is Antonio, and you are welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. The channel where every day I'm showing a property for sale in the Italian market. Okay, so let's start and let me introduce you this very interesting property in Abruzzo Region, Teramo Province, in a municipality called Cermignano. Now, the property is in a small hamlet called Poggio delle Rose, part of Cermignano Municipality, but very interesting property and very interesting location. Now, we are talking about a detached house for sale in Contrada Poggio delle Rose. Contrada means hamlet in Italian. So we see is an independent house, and the asking price, my friends, is an extremely good price, because we are talking about only 30,000 euro for a property which is overall in a good condition. Okay, my friends, so the size of the property. We are talking about 90 square meters, so a tiny bit more than 1,000 square feet. Two rooms. Now, two rooms is a bit too low. We see that the house is quite big, so obviously here they didn't report correctly. We are going to investigate everything we have to know. But anyway, one bathroom, but we have garden and we have also lovely view. So, my friends, now let's go here on Google Maps. Now, the seller is not disclosing the address, but I've been able to find the property, and so we keep zooming in. So, this is the map of Italy. As we know, Abruzzo is in the center. We know that we are in Teramo Province, and actually we are not very far from Teramo. We'll check later on at the end of the video the distances to the seaside, to the main locations around this town, around this hamlet. Let's keep zooming in. Then anyway, we have quite big towns around. The hamlet obviously is small, but we have Cermignano town and other towns, Atri, and anyway, other towns here in this area. Cellino, Attanasio, Basciano, Cermignano. Anyway, these are all bigger towns around this lovely hamlet. Let's say the hamlet is surrounded by beautiful woods and olive groves. Now we can keep zooming in, and we see that this is the hamlet where the property is for sale. So we are on the top of a gently hill, so of a smooth hill, so we are not in the high mountains. Let's keep zooming in, and so let's go here to Google Street View. Now this is the property that is for sale, and we see, so basically develops on two floors. We have a ground and we have a first floor. Obviously the ground is more storage area, garage, and the property develops on the first floor mainly. As we see, property which is in a good condition. We have a lovely garden beside the house, and let's do a 360 degrees simply to show you a bit the area. So we have a beautiful view of the surrounding hills, of the beautiful Abruzzo hills in the area. Now, as these small towns, they are made mainly of farmers, people that are working, let's say, in the fields. So they produce their own produce, fresh produce every day. You can buy local. And so this is the entrance. This is the main entrance. So we do few steps. Let's say the ground floor and the first have separate entrances. Okay, so this is the property for sale, my friends. And now we go back here and we start investigating all we have to know about this very interesting property for sale. Now, here we have the property description, and this is the moment, my friends, where I'm asking you if you like this format, if you like this type of videos, if you like my efforts. So please put like and subscribe. Is highly appreciated. Okay, here it says La Poggia del Rosa, La Rosa del Poggio. Here we are in Poggio delle Rose, hamlet called Poggio delle Rose. Now, we are pleased to offer for sale a delightful rural property located in the picturesque hamlet of Poggio delle Rose, in the municipality of Cermignano, as I said, Teramo Province, nestled in the peaceful hills of Abruzzo. The house is spread over two levels. On the main floor, a bright veranda leads into the living area, which includes a kitchen and a cozy lounge. A hallway connects this space to two spacious and sunlit bedrooms, so we have two spacious bedrooms, along with a functional bathroom. The ground floor features a garage and additional utility rooms, so we have more than one storage room, we'll see, ideal for various household or storage needs. The property is completed by a charming terraced garden, so we have a lovely garden, offering a peaceful green retreat just a short walk from the center of the hamlet. From the large panoramic balcony, you can enjoy breathtaking views of the rolling Abruzzo hills, the perfect setting for moments of relaxation and contemplation. So I'd say this could be a lovely holiday home, that's for sure, for this price, for 30,000 euro, but at the same time could also be the place where to retire, where to live a quiet and peaceful life. Basic features, let's read again quickly. Now, the house is detached house, 90 square meters built, so 1,000 square feet, tiny bit more. Two rooms, but there are more than two rooms. So let's say I count four rooms, kitchen, living room, two bedrooms, and one bathroom, plus all the extra utility rooms. Plot of land of 300 square meters. Second, so good condition, that's what it's sold for. And so now here we can have a quick look at these pictures, but we will go now into the pictures because that's the most important thing of the video. So the price per square meter, 333 euro, which is an extremely low, let's say, for this location and for the condition of the property. I consider a good price. Then we'll see, obviously, there are in these inexpensive properties, there is always the chance, the possibility to improve, to make the house better. Let's focus 1 second on the statistics, which are always important. Listing updated on the 21st of June. Now I'm recording on the 23rd of July, 9 a.m. And so possibly in 1 month they had 1,711 views, let's say 1,711 views, possibly. Let's say it was listed on the 21st of June, not updated. 3 email inquiries, which is not a big amount of email inquiries, but 58 times saved to favorite, which is kind of, anyway, it proves that there is interest towards this property. Okay, now finally we can go to the pictures and we can start investigating and find out all we have to know about this property. Uh, okay, so my friends, we see, first of all, on the left-hand side, we see the ground floor where we have this storage utility room door open. And then we also have a gate which access to the first floor where the house develops. Then we also have a lovely terrace here. And then we have the garden around the house, a terraced garden, lovely terraced garden. Okay. Now, overall, I see the structure of the property is in a good condition. So, has been kind of looked after. Obviously, there are some dated details, but which is fine, again, for a property that is only 30,000 euro. Okay, then here we have the first floor with probably the two bedrooms facing Actually, it said in the advertising that the two bedrooms have the balcony facing sunny, let's say two sunny rooms. We have a roof also overall in a good condition. Let's keep moving. Okay, here we have another picture from a different angle. And so basically we see an extra window in one of the two bedrooms. There is an attic space, but not livable. Let's say it can only be used as a storage. Then we have windows here, probably a window of the bathroom, probably a window of the living area, kitchen. We'll investigate now. Okay, here we are on the side of the property. We can also foresee a bit the hamlet, which is around. But anyway, in the end, we'll go on Google Street View to understand this lovely hamlet. Okay, this is the rear side of the house. And most important thing here, I have to say that anyway, the roof, I see a roof in a very good condition. So it's always very important to have a good condition roof. From the roof starts the house, let's say. Here we don't have another entrance from here. Probably this is one of the window of the living area, and here window of the kitchen on the left hand side. Okay, there is another access from the rear side of the house, which it leads to the garden, where we see the man here with the dog. This picture was taken in early spring, so we see the man with a jacket. Okay, we know that Italian people, anyway, if it's not 30 degrees, they still go with jacket and scarf and scarves. Early springs because I see a few flowers on this tree here, and we still see anyway the trees around without leaves. Okay, but sunny and lovely day. So from here, basically um, we have this terraced garden. Here we are on the terrace, which leads to the main entrance on the right hand side, and this is a magnificent view, beautiful. Okay, that's the way I found the address now of the property. The seller didn't disclose the exact address of the property, but then I just type on Google Maps via Fonte Nuova 53, Comune di Cermignano, because we are in Cermignano Municipality. And so this is the address of the property. Okay, in the garden we have few trees, I see two olive trees here. Anyway, it's always nice to have a garden. Another picture of the rear side of the house where we see the second entrance from the rear side. Okay. Okay, my friends. So now here we are in the kitchen. We are in the kitchen and the kitchen looks in a decent condition, in a fair condition. I think here we are facing the rear side of the house. I see the fireplace, so where we saw the chimney. From this picture here, we see the chimney. So, but it looks like a different window. Let's go back again. Okay, the window of the kitchen is this one here on the right, not this small one. But probably the chimney is connected. Actually, it looks like the chimney that we saw in the picture. Floor tiles overall in a good condition. Property apart the furniture, which is a bit dated, but anyway, spacious enough to have a table. So we have a dining table for breakfast, for lunches, let's say for just two people. Electrical system, which it looks in a fair condition. The wall tiles are fine. So, in my opinion, this is an interesting kitchen. So, it's not a very small kitchen. It's not kitchenette, let's say. Okay, and here, my friends, we are in the living area. living area and also dining area. Now, from this picture, I cannot really understand which room has been taken from this arch here. Let's say hard to understand which room is this one, where the person who took the picture, this room is. I find hard. I get anyway. I can see the living area. I can see the dining table. It's a quite spacious, also bright enough. So okay, probably this is the kitchen. Behind the behind who took the picture here, we have the kitchen. Let's see. I guess so. Yeah, yes, yes. So we have the kitchen, and then through the kitchen we have the living area and dining area. Again, property which is in a fair condition. I like this living space. Okay, here we have a corner of the living area. As we see, anyway, plenty of furniture in the Italian style, but it's nice. I see a lovely living corner. Plus, I also see a decent space with the dining table. Here we have a window. Probably here we are facing the side of the house. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, here we have the entrance. So this is the hallway. Interesting space. Again, too much furniture for me in this case. So actually, actually, this is not the entrance. This is the bathroom. Sorry, this is the hallway, and this is the bathroom because I see the radiator, and from the bathroom anyway, we have a beautiful view. And probably on the left, we have one bedroom here and another bedroom just beside who took the picture. Okay, so this is not the main entrance because so here we are facing the side of the house, while on the left the two bedrooms are facing the front. Okay, let's keep moving. The doors are in a good condition. I see all the doors, the frames of the doors also fine. I didn't see any major works to be done up to now. In particular, the floor tiles are in a good condition. Okay, so here we are in one of the two bedrooms. And so here we have the window. So I guess on the left should also be access to the balcony because there is a bedroom which is a corner with balcony access and window. The floor tiles are the same for all the house. Electrical system in a good condition. Now let's see. Okay, we have radiators. Now I didn't see many radiators, but if we have one radiator, means we have heating system because I didn't pay attention before. Anyway, we have a spacious bedroom here, and again in a good condition. Overall, in a good condition. I like it. So here we have the balcony, and the balcony has an incredible view. This is the type of view that personally I need. And this is the type of view that I have from my house. For me, is extremely important. Then, for many people, okay, could be different, but in my case, it's never boring to have this type of views. Okay, balcony spacious enough. Also with tiles, so well look after balcony. The road here, we are on one road, but there's no really big traffic in this area, so you might have a little of regular traffic, let's say, traffic in the understanding that you might have locals driving. Maybe in this case, if you are bored, if you are disappointed with the tractors driving at 5 a.m., that this is not the place for you. Because in this rural area, obviously you have farmers active from early morning and they go to work, they go to the fields, they go to produce, to harvest, the food we have on the table. This is the same bedroom. Okay, let's go back 1 second again to understand. Okay, yes, this is the same bedroom. Actually, this is the balcony door. This is not a window. I see, and this is the very first bedroom. Okay, and this is the second bedroom with also access to balcony. Interesting, should be investigated. I'm sure one of these, if this is a window, should be another balcony door, because I saw that both of the bedrooms have access to the balcony. Okay, now this is the second bedroom, a tiny bit smaller but still spacious enough, with floor tiles, with radiators. Everything looks in order, everything looks in a good order. So I don't see a property for with renovation works, and in my opinion, anyway, now that I see better with you the property, I'd say that 30,000 euro for this property is an extremely low price. Also because now I see a bathroom which is in a very good condition, not the newest, but anyway, fair. Maybe the frames, window frames should be inspected, but I saw the blinds, for example, the external blinds, which are kind of new. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, so this is the only picture of the bathroom, but anyway, probably we have a bathtub or a shower. I cannot really see from here, but overall, anyway, we see a bathroom in a good condition. Obviously, this is facing the side, the left-hand side. If we have the house in front of us, this is facing the left-hand side. Okay, and now here we start with many extra utility spaces. Let's say, I think here we access from the ground floor, just beside the garage with a shutter. We saw the picture with the shutter, and this is the entrance of the ground floor, which anyway gives space. Okay, here we have an extra room, interesting, which I don't think belongs to this area. Let's go back again, because here we have a window. I think this is on the first floor, this room, in my opinion. Here we are on the ground. So, room used as a utility room, as a storage space. Okay, here there is the access from the left hand side of the house, so just beside the garage. We have an external entrance, which it leads to another room or to the garage, let's say. Okay, here we have an oven, a wooden oven, always in this extra space. Okay, on the left we saw the second entrance, which it leads to this area. Now have a look at this gate, and this is the gate on the left, which it leads to that entrance where there is another storage room. That's why I said that one bedroom should have a window and a balcony, because this is the bedroom and this is another bedroom. Okay, let's see what's next. Okay, and here we have some pictures of the terraced garden, which it looks very nice. Here I see a fig tree. We have few trees. Anyway, It's always nice to have a garden. Here again, another picture of the rear side of the house. And these are all the pictures of the property. Anyway, it's a pity because they don't show a virtual tour. There's no floor map to have a better understanding, but overall, anyway, the description that I gave you, after spending a bit of time, to understand how the rooms are disposed, we have a poor description, obviously. Uh, let's say the pictures are showing the rooms, but are not really showing how the rooms are disposed into the house. But overall, again, my friends, for this price, I'd say harder to get it for less than 30,000. This property, in my opinion, I would say I can even say, okay, let's try to negotiate for 25,000, but I say for this property with garden, with garage, with the lovely first floor, lovely view, I'd say less than this price could be possible, but in my understanding, extremely hard. Let's see. Okay, my friends, let's go now here on Google Maps to show you, anyway, the distances to the main location around this town. First of all, it's important to understand how far is Cermignano, because Poggio delle Rose is in Cermignano Municipality, so, and it's only 9 minutes by car, let's say, very short distance, and we reach Cermignano, where we have anyway bigger bigger town with more services, with restaurant, bars, school, post office, and much more. Okay, so I'd say Cermignano Municipality has many hamlets altogether. All these little towns that we see around Cermignano are probably hamlets that belong to Cermignano Municipality, like Villa Compagni, Penna Sant'Andrea, Santissima Trinità, and so on. Okay, now let's see how far we are from Teramo, because I saw Teramo is not extremely far. We should be around, let's say, 30-40 minutes driving to Teramo, 33 minutes, which is a very short distance. Okay, quite interesting. Then once we reach Teramo, technically we can also drive down to Giulianova and to the seaside, even if it's possible to go to the seaside direction through, anyway, this valley here, which is driving down to Scerne. Lovely town, Roseto degli Abruzzi, Scerne, and so on. So we have Casoli, which is an interesting town. Campli is after Teramo. Atri, I saw there is, okay, here is Atri, Cellino Attanasio. Okay, let's see how far we are from Atri, which is another interesting town in this area. 44 minutes to reach Atri. Okay, they want us driving here. Casoli, let's see Scerne, how far we are from Scerne, which is on the sea. Okay, we reach Scerne in 40 minutes, so basically we are on the seaside in a short distance, which is quite interesting. Let's see, for example, Pescara, if we want to reach Pescara. Let's see. We reach Pescara in 1 hour and 8 minutes. Now, I never check the distances by bus because generally Google Maps never report the distances by transport if we are talking about small hamlets. But for sure, there are buses that are commuting daily to neighboring towns. But again, these type of housing solution are perfect for people who has already a car. Without car, that's why anyway I'd say this could be the perfect holiday home where to spend 1 month, 15 days, 1 month, 2 months, up to 3 months, let's say, or depends if you are in a working age, if you're a pensioner, obviously different options. But technically can also be a place for someone who would like to retreat in the beautiful, let's say, Italian uh, villages surrounded by beautiful hills and lovely atmosphere. Okay, my friends, now we can go back to Google Street View to understand a bit the hamlet before I close the video. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back again to the property. Now let's do like that. I want to try to just go to the rear side of the house. Okay, we have beautiful woods and farming area around where technically you can enjoy beautiful walks, lovely walks. So this is the side of the house. I don't know if this plot of land also belongs to the property. It could, but it could not. For sure, the right hand side where there is the entrance belongs to the property. Okay, here. And now we go up to see the rear side of the house and where we have the second entrance here. Here we have the second entrance. So technically it's possible to park here, possible to park in front of the house. We have lovely houses around. And here anyway we are driving in the outskirts of the hamlet. And now let's try to go into the hamlet itself. So we'll reach just 1 square. Then obviously you can find yourself on Google Maps the address if you're curious. So you can just copy what I'm doing. Then, as usual, I'm sharing the link of the property for sale below in the description. Okay, we have lovely houses around. Very short walk in a very short walking distance. We have the main square. Actually, it's not a very small hamlet. It looks like a nice and happy hamlet. Okay, here they have a little orchestra when they do this concert in the celebration days. We probably have a local bar here. Italians love this type of celebration. We have a lovely church. It looks like a smiley town. I like it. Okay, Cermignano here. And here we have another view of the main square and the surrounding hills. Okay, my friends, let me know your opinion if you have watched up to now. Let me know about what you think about this property. Anyway, I'm always repeating, I'm not here to sell a property. I'm here to show you what you can get with an inexpensive budget, with a small budget, what you can get in Italy. Okay, my friends, I wish you a lovely day and I'll see you tomorrow for another property for sale in one of the beautiful regions of Italy. Bye!